Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ian. I'll be doing the predictions uh, for this week, so you want to bear with me, and we'll run down this real quick. And yeah, so here we go. RU's Crunkus at the Spiffies. Jeff's at 1-2 right now, but he's got some serious talent on his team. Carter's team is terrible, and I think he should already rebuild towards the future. However, he wants to do that. They've been 0-3, and then last weekend it wasn't even competitive. So, I'm looking at this right now. Jeff's favored by 4 points, and I think Marshawn is going to have a big game in Houston. Matt Stafford is going to play against Detroit. So I don't know if he's going to get the projected 23.7 that it says he's going to. Kaepernick is playing tonight against St. Louis. I look for him to bounce back, but then again, hey, I'm a Niners fan. Matt Forte at Detroit, very favorable. This one is kind of close to call because Jeff's 1-2, and he's not really blowing anybody away either. But I think the Spiffies are going to get their first win of the year and go to 1-3. But I still think that they'll probably end up with the worst record in the league, maybe challenging KB. All right, let's go to the next game here. Okay, we got the Red Rum versus the Victory Backs. Yeah, I don't know. Like last week, I beat CJ and Allred, and it was an ugly game. I thought I played terrible, and he played terrible. He's projected at 121. Uh, so I mean, he's got talent. Peyton Manning is projected at 40 points. That's ridiculous, actually. But he has just a bunch of talent. But I think it's going to come down to how his wide receivers play, um, and then how one of Red Rum's wide receivers and one of his running backs play. Because I think Tony Romo will get his points. I don't think Peyton will have 38 points. That's crazy. That is a projection. Um, but Mike Wallace, in my opinion, is so hit or miss at this point. I mean, I know they're 3-0. The Dolphins are, but I don't know. Um, Steve's going with the 49ers against the Rams tonight, which I think is a good play, minus the fact that Alden Smith is in rehab right now. Um, but yeah, ultimately it's gonna boil down to if Red Rum can get two wide receivers to put up solid numbers, I think they're gonna be in this. But I think it's just way too much uh, victory backs as far as Peyton Manning, and then two stud running backs. Thanks, Timmy, for that one. Appreciate that Trent Richardson thing. And then the Frank Gore. I don't even know how he got Frank Gore on his team. Apparently they traded or something. I don't know. Anyway, I think there's just way too much firepower for Steve, and I think he's going to go ahead and take this one. Next one is Rocky Top versus the White Russians. You got to give it up to Chase. He's got a pretty good team, as far as where he started and what he was working with Timmy's old team. They're going to stay competitive, and you got to give your hats off to him. He's doing a good job there. Lucas, it's strange. The talent seems to be there, but I guess it's just another year, and it's not working. And Tom Brady's really not putting up the Peyton Manning numbers that we're accustomed to usually. And as goes Tom Brady, goes the Wizenators. So that's just one of those things. And like I'm looking at his second running back, I don't even know who our Broyles is. I have no idea. But yeah, this could be an upset. I think it's not really an upset because the White Russians are projected at more points, but I think from what I can see, Jay Cutler and Brandon Marshall. That's good. You drafted Jay Cutler, Chase. Good for you. That's a good idea. And you had Brandon Marshall. That's good. Good move there. I'm picking a. I don't know if this is an upset, but I'm gonna pick the White Russians in this one. I think there's just too much talent. I think Luce needs to sit his guys down because he's been good for way too long, and these guys are underperforming in my opinion. And like I said, I think Chase is going to be an up or just a shocker all through the year, and I think he might be there towards the end and almost look to make the playoffs. But like I said, I'm going to go with the White Russians on this one, just given this week. Okay, next one. Sparkle and the Hellerman. there's so much upside in Coggins' team. I mean, I'm looking at it. It looks like a good team. I don't understand what's going on, and it's tough when you always have to start a quarterback and a running back on the same team in Andy Dalton and Giovanni Bernard. But I mean, like I said, there's just so much talent everywhere on this that I feel like he should be more competitive. And he's 1-2, so he one game away from being 2-1 and having a winning record. Travis, on the other hand, his team is just plain awful, in my opinion. Now, Jordan Cameron, I thought that was on Cox. See, I haven't really checked the site, so I don't know what's going on anymore. Jason Stelling's the starting running back. Some guy named Powell for the Jets, and Robert Griffin playing against Oakland, so he could have 40 points. We don't know. Oakland is that bad. As bad as Travis's team is, I think this week, God, it's so tough to pick against Coggins because he's got two guys going against Cleveland. You know what? I'm going to pick Coggins in this one. I think that Andy Dalton or Giovanni Bernard are going to have monster games. He has Eric Decker, which is a good move from him, from his standpoint. So, yeah, I'm going to pick Coggins to go ahead and beat Travis, even though I like Travis's matchups this weekend. So let's go to the next. All right, Bomb Squad and Yote Squad. It's one of those things. He still looks loaded. He's starting Blaine Gabbert this weekend. So we're gonna need to rely on LaShawn McCoy and Adrian Peterson for Grant. You know what? This is probably the game of the week if I just from a talent standpoint. And Neil's still competitive. I'm sure he would like C.J. Spiller to get going. That would be nice. There's a lot of talent on both sides here, but I think given the Blaine Gabbert thing, he's really going to need to rely on both of his workhorse running backs. But I don't know if this is an upset because Neil's coming off a RFL championship, but I'm going to take Neil in this one because I just like Vic at Denver because they're going to have to score 500 points. And Jamal Charles at the Giants, who can't seem to stop anybody. And, I always pick whatever team Megatron is playing for. So, yeah, I'm going to take the Yote Squad in a close one. Now, he's projected to beat Grant by 8 points, but like I said, I think this one's going to be closer, but I think this is probably the best game so far of the year in our early season, and I like Neil in this one. Okay. Oh, so dirty. Kevin Bush and Phil Keck. These are two real non-factor football franchises right here. Both of these teams have been non-factors for quite some time. It's kind of painful to watch too. And I mean, I'm just looking here, and ew, just ew. I don't know anybody. I mean, Phil's projected at 97. I don't know how, and Kevin's projected at 87. There's just no talent on the Dirty Dynasty. It's unfortunate. I'm looking now. There's just no real viable talent, and I think Phil has put together something that can be competitive. And I think definitely in this matchup, he's just going to overpower KB because, like I said, unless one of these guys just goes off, it's just not going to happen. Like I said, his team might be the Jacksonville Jaguars of this league, like as far as talent standpoint. So I'm going to expect Phil to run away with this one quite easily. So the Kingsmen are going to take this one, in my opinion. Okay, Gotham City and Seneca. Seneca, I mean, like I said, the talent seems to be there. And I guess they're really just not churning it out because the Falcons have looked inconsistent so far, in my opinion, in the 3 games that they've played, and especially losing one last weekend to Miami. I don't know. This is a tough read. I mean, Darren McFadden seems to be producing for him because he's running for a new contract, which I'm glad to just see Darren McFadden being productive because he's a nightmare to deal with. Trust me, I know. He's got Hoyer going for Cleveland, as his starting quarterback. So at 11.1, if Hoyer gives you 11.1, I think you're doing a great job. Any point over that, and that's a win in my opinion. Um, D'Amico Murray and Darren McFadden, I think, are going to have better days than Ray Rice and Fred Jackson. Now, if Mike Williams, for whatever reason, catches a touchdown with a rookie quarterback throwing it to him, and Matt Ryan and Julio Jones have monster games, which I think they can because they're playing New England, so it might be a shootout. Um, but I think in this instance, this is a tough one for me. I'm gonna go. Oh, Seneca, you have a defense that's projected at -1 points, and might want to take care of that. I This is weird. This is weird. I think P's team is gonna beat them. Now they're like 20-point underdogs, but I'm looking, and like I said, it's gonna come down to Sunday night. And if they don't, Julio and Matt Ryan put together a product, I don't see him winning. Honestly, I think Darren McFadden will have more than 16 points on the Redskins. Sorry, Joe. It's just a fact. And Hoyer's a little bit better than you think he would be. So that's that's where I'm going with. I'm going with P tonight over Seneca. All right. Guess that's it. Anyway, yeah, that seems to be all the games. I think. Well, anyway, yeah, like I said, guys, this is Ian Anderson. I'm coming in from my house. If you have any questions or you want to second guess my projections, just shoot me a text at some point tonight. And I wish everybody luck this weekend. I hope everybody's fantasy team gets a win, other than the team I'm playing against. So, yeah, guys, be good.